What's up? It's everyone's favorite monster, the sensational one, Sean Sims, aka King Thickalo, and you're listening to The Lunch Hour with the Box and the Bride on PirateFlagRadio.com.
We're a mess already.
Alrighty.
Right out of the gates.
I'm not joking, this is our last fucking song. To be defeated by anything. You know what this is? It's a flock of those. And I will never become a slogan. So here's my number, and call me maybe. Yeah. will not give up and I don't need this clutch and I will not give up and I don't need this clutch. Human Rivals, we've been fucking awesome.
Ah, yes. The sound of classic Rivals coming out of my garage on a nice September evening after it being so ridiculously hot for so long.
You forgot it was September, didn't you?
I did for a
On
second.
nice
I was looking
September.
I was looking for more adjectives, bitch. All right. I gotta be that way about it.
It's funny.
Can only mean one thing, ladies and gentlemen. After 3 weeks of radio silence, your favorite couple on the internet is back. It is the lunch hour on a Friday night, and I am but one half of your co-host duo, the handsome, humble, heavyweight co-host, the Lunchbox. That is one word, capital L, capital B. Thank you very much. And she is about to call me on my misspeaking there a second ago.
Are we gonna duel?
We are gonna duel.
We're gonna fucking
We're gonna fight live on air. We're gonna fucking fight because you are the farting, flaming, flagrant fucker. My beautiful wife, Jen.
Poor neighbors.
You know what? Our neighbors can suck it. All right. You know what? If
I think
one
they've
of
gone inside.
they've gone inside, but you know what? Our neighbors are awesome. They don't have to suck it. They can suck it if they don't like it, though. I mean, Ronnie and Bree could come over and hang out, and like they could do the podcast with us too. George, he's welcome. Like Zergog wants to wander through. Hey, if Miss Emily wants to come over here and watch or do the podcast with us, she's welcome. I forget these people's names, but they're very nice, and they could do that too. Yeah, they're so nice though. And then Omar and them, they can come over too. Mike and Marcy, whatever.
Yeah.
Like all our neighbors could come hang out.
Cheyenne's parents. I don't know their names.
I forget. Yeah,
This is
Cheyenne.
what happens when you have kids. You don't remember the parents' names, but you remember the kid. Usually it's the dog, but
Well, see, I remember Omar's oldest kid's name because he's junior,
I don't.
and the other one's
remember-
Benji.
I know, but like I was trying to remember what the other people's dogs' names.
Which other people?
Cheyenne's, humans, parents. And it's not really relevant. It really isn't.
So
There's people in the neighborhood.
3 weeks off. You know, first couple weeks it was just pure exhaustion, man. Just getting home Friday nights. 7:30, 7:45. Kids up and crazy. You're just not willing to had shit to do. And then last week, your beautiful co-host, co-host team member over here, caught the COVID.
I had the Rona again. It's back to school time, which means back to all the germs, back to my back itching because there's mosquitoes. And I thought I had the flu, which is stupid because I should have known better. And I go to the doctor and I'm like, I just need some Tamiflu. I think I have a flu. I'm like sweating profusely and I have chills and fevers. And the doctor's like, you have fucking COVID. Go take a test. Get the fuck out of my office. And he was right. And I don't like admitting when other people are right, even when it's my doctor. I love him dearly, but I don't like when he's right. Because who the fuck does?
So
I had COVID and it sucked.
it knocked you on your ass for a good 5-6 days. I mean,
At least.
so yeah,
You sweat a lot.
you went down Tuesday and pretty much didn't get back up till Monday.
I hurt. I didn't like it. Don't recommend it. Don't recommend Paxlovid. Also, if you want to lose some weight, go ahead and take that. I will take the death next time.
You'll just live with the death.
I will live with the death. Last time I had it, I had to go to the hospital, and they gave me morphine, and that was pretty fucking cool. Didn't get morphine this time. Just shit my brains out for a few days. It's not over.
And now you all know too much over here.
Whoa!
So show them what you got.
What?
Show them what you got. not
It's
the
a
shit.
family show. This is Pumpkinhead, dude. It is Hollow Jack. It's a pumpkin coffee cider. It's good. I'm not getting a lot of coffee out of it, but who cares?
So just the pumpkin spice on it.
It's very sweet. Every time we get a pumpkin thing, I am what I believe the internet refers to as a pumpkin slut. You put pumpkin in anything, God damn it, I'm in. I'm fucking in. And I always get disappointed unless it's coffee. And not Dunkin' Donuts coffee because their pumpkin thing is fucking awful.
It is awful.
It's
Like,
terrible. Like I thought it was just that one in Saugus, but it was not the one in Saugus. It's just bad all over the place.
so this is rather good. It's it's from Two Town Cider House, so it's an apple cider pumpkin
Apple pumpkin
coffee cider.
pumpkin
So
easy peasy pumpkin peasy. Hi motherfucker.
so it's definitely there's too much apple.
Yeah, this isn't the lights in my eyeballs. This doesn't really advertise there being any apple in this, but it's certainly there.
It says it's made with fresh squeezed apples.
Who bothers to read things? Not me.
Clearly, I would say clearly not you.
I'm just trying to drink this. I've had a very long week, and all hands on deck.
Nick Souza of Patriot fame. What's going on, Nick? Good to see you out there in the chat. He said, "Pumpkin spice rules. I'm right there with you. Hashtag pumpkin sluts for life."
Yes, for life.
For life.
Our pumpkin spice friends. I don't expect a girly thing. No offense.
That is sexist.
It is sexist, probably, but like you think about pumpkin spice lattes and you think about blonde women in Uggs and fucking big chunky cable knit sweaters walking through the leaves with their 12 kids, Lakin, Bacon, Braden, Jaden, Caden, whatever. I don't think of guys. I don't think of men. But a surprising number of men.
Can't be some Oregonian in flannel and a tweed beanie with his Uggs. Because for some reason, dude's still wearing Uggs.
Did guys wear Uggs?
Are-
I've never owned a pair of Uggs. Probably just on principle at this point. I don't know.
They look like they're useless.
Yeah, I wouldn't. They look like slippers to me.
Yeah.
And while I go out in my slippers, you're probably not supposed to, because they don't survive that.
Well, you had real Wookiee boots. Like you wore better Wookiee boots, you know.
Those things are expensive.
So
I wear them everywhere.
So circling back to our opening song tonight, we went with, from the 11th Rivals Halloween show, we went with Rivals Crutch. Now, I advertised earlier that this is going to be a special live footage edition, so bear with us. The sound quality is not going to be great all the time. Probably not going to be great most of the time. But, you know, being people that grew up in the NorCal Bay Area, Central Valley, South Bay music scene, Jen and I share a lot of fun memories of everybody we're going to play today. And only one band is still active that I picked.
I wish it was Rivals. I miss Rivals so fucking much. I miss the Gaslighter. I miss the times.
Nick says Crocs for me. Crocs would have been more appropriate for the flannel wearing tweed beanie guy.
I don't think of Crocs either.
See, but Crocs are pretty
Okay.
unisex now.
But I don't own them, so I don't think about them. But okay,
So,
I get that.
okay, that's fair.
Accept your offering of Crocs.
But I'm with you on missing those times. Of course, it's just easy to miss your youth. You know, I mean, life was so easy back then. I mean, our biggest concern was what show, how many and what shows are we hitting this weekend? Are we just going to do the Hostility Loop? You know, like they've got Gilroy, Sacto, and Oakland. Are we going to go see all three, or are we just going to pick two?
Pound.
You know, so there's that. And then, of course, you know, Rivals with their legendary Halloween shows. I wish a band would get on that tradition of a Halloween show again. I mean, like in NBL, we play a Halloween show every year.
But it's not. This was a whole production. This was their whole thing, like for Halloween.
Yeah. You know, not first of all, they always had some brilliantly themed costume. Like just when the first one we went to, they came out as Ghostbusters. You know, all Ghostbusters.
I don't remember the other ones. I do remember Ghostbusters, though.
Well, there was the farm, Wizard of Oz.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when they did Wizard of Oz. I mean, just so many cool themes. And they always just had these power-packed lineups. Love you too over there, George. So you're welcome to come over and hang out if you want. I got a cold beer for you. If you want to bring over some cabbage, that's cool too. Like cabbage.
Oh. I'm like, are we making like ceviche? What are we doing?
Well, that if you got ceviche, you could bring that too. But I mean, always power packed lineups. The first year was when they had Hostility, and Hostility was terrifying to most of those people. Like they were not ready for the savagery that was Hostility. War Program, who became the Veil Bloom, was on that one. Was that SMD on that one?
I don't think SMD was on that show.
No, I just know that was the first venue we saw SMD at. I just couldn't remember if they were on that show too. I forget that opening pop punk band, but they didn't look like a pop punk band. Dude was hella buff, and then they were like, they were all light and cutesy and whatnot. But either way, man, the Halloween shows at the Rivals Tour were just so monumental. And that's kind of where we're going. Almost all of these are from shows that either we attended or at least bands that we attended a lot.
Are we in these videos?
No, we are not. I may be.
Why am I not in them? What the fuck?
Because I just went with what I could find. Let's be real. Not everybody lived with a camera phone in their pocket. Hey, boss Blacker, a legitimate rock star, has entered the chat. Legitimate rock star. You're a legitimate cocksucker. In the negative way, not in the positive way.
Hey, $20 is $20. So
Hey.
anyways,
If you start trying to charge me $20, I'm gonna be pissed.
I charge you more than that. Come on. I am not cheap. Anyway.
Yes, boss. We have heard that the Beat Officers are back. Let's make it a point to go. Lux Beat Officers, Alpha Complex, and Chick Fight. November 22nd at, is it Roseville or downtown Goldfield?
I think it's Roseville.
Okay.
I might be wrong.
I've not been to Roseville yet, so got to see it. Let's go. Let's go. And then I'm working on something big for the following Saturday because it's my birthday. So, there's that. Oh, fuck it, man. Are we ready for another song? Okay. Do you want to go Central Valley or stay in the South Bay?
Let's flip flop to here,
Okay.
and then we'll go back to the South Bay.
Okay. Avert your eyes from the screen, woman. I'm in the lineup yet because I was looking. I was just gonna do a lunchbox. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and just go with live. And this was the biggest reason, actually. Of course, we all know about Charlie Kirk yesterday, and of course, it has sparked political unrest. I'm not going to give you my thoughts on that at all. Period. We're not playing that game.
We don't do politics here.
No, but it did make me want to listen to a particular band, and this one's not going to be as meaningful to you because this was when I started with the Lunchbox's Favorites thing.
Why would I care?
It's a good song.
All right. Fine.
So, I've got a couple chambered that you will care about.
Okay.
So I figured let's get this one out the way.
Okay.
So either way, one of my favorite bands that did do a lot of political, constitutional type stuff was a band that my drummer Aaron Jones from Nothing But Losers was in about nigh a decade ago called Etched in Stone. They did that whole album, The Failure of Modern Man, which is still available on Bandcamp. Thank you, Brian Lewis, for that. And of course, it has our friends from Glitch Kill and Travis Miller. Crusher was not in this one. And then
There's a band that Crusher wasn't in.
he was not in the band at the time. So, and the, friend of the show, Eric Wolfred, who'll just show up in the chat every few weeks. Matter of fact, he's probably lurking right now. Like he's gonna, we're gonna play this. He's gonna start commenting. So anyway, this is my favorite Etched in Stone song, and this is what got me started on the live kick. So this is Only Silent Still, played at Chuck's Place in Manteca, which is where we did a Brutal Innocence album release show. So check it out, man. It's Only Silent Still by Etched in Stone. We're taking it back to 2014.
Oh my God.
Right here on the Lunch Hour on Pirate Flag Radio.
I promise not to get too drunk to say pirateflagradio.com.
Don't make promises you can't keep. And we're back. That was Etched in Stone with Only Silence Still. Jen has injured herself.
I was so excited. I came back from the bathroom in like record time, and I flopped down. And I don't know what part of this couch I hurt myself on, but
You lunchbox,
this
dude.
couch can eat shit.
So yeah, man, what an outstanding band Etched in Stone was. Really, truly underappreciated for their time. You know, they were so good. They went on tour. They did the damn thing. They went out on tour with a Morbid Curiosity. Morbid Curiosity's van broke down, and that turned into a whole fucking fiasco.
Yeah, that was a whole thing.
Yeah.
From what I hear.
And that being said, Etched in Stone put their balls in a wheelbarrow and fucking trudged across the country and finished the fucking tour, which is actually the catalyst for me being in Nothing But Losers. Because Aaron Jones, you know, the legendary AA drummer, you know, he announced Etched in Stone was going on tour, and I messaged Joe. Joe was like, yo, I'm gonna drum for you while Aaron's on tour. And he was like, we'll talk about it. And I just told him we did. Like
we just talked about it. What do you mean?
Well, it was funny because he said, he was like, I like messing with you. I don't know if you're aware of this. They didn't think I could do it. They truly did not think I had the ability to play Nothing But Loser songs because of the speed, the intensity, the no breaks, they just didn't think I could do it. And then I showed up to that show in Delhi, played Still Hated, and JoJo asked me if I could make it to practice on Wednesday.
They let you in the band because JoJo wanted to see my shoulders.
And he still has yet to. Figure one of these days you'll let him see your shoulders.
Maybe an ankle. Who knows?
Maybe your elbows.
My poor elbow.
Man, if he's into elbows, boobs are gonna blow his mind. So
anyway.
So in 2 days' time, I get back to doing what I do best, and that's calling a live wrestling event. Blacklist Pro Wrestling, we are appearing at the Kerman Harvest Festival, where we have our tag team championships on the line, featuring the man you saw doing our intro. Acknowledge him, Your Tribal Cheeks, a.k.a., how do you put it? Thick Nasty.
Something like that.
Thicknificent.
I don't remember.
Something Piccolo.
I think that was it.
So, King Piccolo, that's right. You know, sensational Sean Sims, coupled with the other guy who does our intros, the Dread Pirate Devin Danger, are reuniting as the Bike Club to take on the Wastelanders for the Blacklist Pro Wrestling Tag Team Championships. Necrosis will be defending his Cruiserweight Championship against Eerie Oz Isaac Gary. Big Nasty Nate gets to step up to the plate and take on the biggest dog in the yard, Mike Rain. I'm not. I don't know if Nate's ready for that.
We'll find out.
We're gonna find out. He gonna learn today. Also, for the first time in the history of Blacklist Pro Wrestling, we have a cage match. The CWA Heavyweight Championship is on the line when PWI's 501 Harshaw Smith defends against his longtime tag team partner and soon-to-be best man at his wedding, but they're putting it all aside for the title in a cage. And then I'm not sure exactly what's going on with the heavyweight championship. We tried to find an opponent for Trip Rogers. Everybody that we thought was deserving was booked. We searched high, we searched low. We were unable to secure him an opponent, so we figured, hey, you know what? Someone will show up. And he mentioned that he was upset that we had not announced his match yet. And he called out New Rock 104 Hammer to put his title on the line against a radio DJ.
That's kind of weird, but all right.
So I mean, it's personally, I think he just wants to corner him and beat him. Maybe he's gonna see if he can talk us into leaving the cage up. That way, Hammer has nowhere to run. But either way, Hammer cost him the CWA championship back in January, or February in Sanger. So you know what? We'll see. And also for the last time in Blacklist Pro Wrestling, the longest reigning Blacklist Pro Wrestling heavyweight champion, the people's villain, the Lucha Killer, the best looking everything, Jason Hastings, will make his final Blacklist appearance, and he has been going around fighting around the world. We watched him take on Douglas Frank and shockingly lose in Sacramento just a couple weeks ago. He said, I'm your longest reigning champion. I want the best competition you can get. So we made a phone call, and making his Blacklist Pro debut, the legendary El Chupacabra. $10 gets you into the festival. Wrestling's free with admission. Starts 6:00. We hope you guys can make it out. It's going to be a damn. I got to call Dragon's Den at a big Kill Fear event, and I got to call my first boxing match.
You know what? I was so sick that I didn't even find out if you actually got to do that. I got some peace and quiet for a few hours. You went to that with the child.
Yep, took Wolfgang out to this big Kill Fear event where I got to see a band called Jinx. It was a really fun rock band. They had some originals, but they played a lot of covers. They did the second best version of Rebel Yell that I've ever heard, only beaten by Drowning Pool. They were really solid. They're a father and brother trio, so really good band. I was rather impressed. I forget the rapper's name. Dude was a lot of fun. But they also, the Kill Fear staff, let Wolfie and Chucky D's son Leon have microphones.
What did you fuck up?
So if you're friends with me and you go onto my timeline, you can see Wolfie having a freestyle rap battle with Leon. So it was pretty cool, man. And I can't say enough good things about Matt Freeman, Michael Shawn, and all the team out there at Dragon's Den. Thank you guys for letting me impromptu just get on the mic and call. Freeman, I just asked him, I was like, you want some help ringing out and calling anything? And he was like, yeah, dude, like I got to ref these boxing matches. So like that would be a big help. You got it, dude. So, did what I do best.
I'm sure that was very tough for you to get up there and do that.
It's so hard. So difficult. The guy hosting, I felt bad for him because once he realized a real MC was in the house, like
the young MC.
Am I young? He was older than me. So, but you could tell he kind of felt like I kind of yanked his job from him. But
he did. I mean,
Freeman told me to grab the mic. So, but I made it for the last semifinal of the boxing tournament. They had a tough man competition. And so I got to call the finals. And I got to watch and call 5 rounds of boxing. And that was really cool. I had a good time. The guy who wound up losing, I want to say his name was Dion. Big, tall, lanky kid. Really traditional tall man stalking style. Took on a guy named Paul. And Paul was all flash and flare. Just a lot of footwork, a lot of movement. And Paul kept reacting to me. Like, as I commentated, like when I would call a punch from Dion, he would be like, no, that didn't land. And I was like, yes, it did, dude. Like, stop lying to yourself. And, it was really cool because, a lot of times you get tough man competitions and you get these cats that they're usually dudes that look like me that are huffing and puffing by about the 3rd or 4th punch they throw. These were all local boxers who really put in a lot of work, and every fight was good. And this one was true championship medal, 2 southpaws, which of course I'm going to love. And, they went to 3 rounds and we were like, okay, sudden death. And then after that, fourth sudden death, it was like, you know what? You just see the judges, like Michael Sean's got his head in his hands. Like, he's like, I don't want to make this call. And so they were like, we're going to go fifth. And I was just like, oh, cool. Like, and I was even telling everybody, I'm glad I'm not a judge. I just have to talk about what I'm looking at. So, but it was fun. I've not called a pure sport. So it was cool. It was really cool. And
Are you calling wrestling a non-sport?
wrestling is not a non-sport. It's George says he saw Wolfie's rap battle. It was really cool, George. Like, it was really cool to behold and watch it happen and see the place, blow up for Wolfie and Leon. But wrestling's not a non-sport, but there's an element of a story that I'm calling. I am with wrestling. I mean, full disclosure, everybody, if you didn't know, wrestling's live action stunt work. It's a movie in the ring.
I'm gonna use the F word.
No, because that shit hurts. And I've seen these guys get tremendously hurt. I've seen people, that's not the right word. It's a scripted live action scene, and my job is to make people feel the way they're supposed to, get the story across that we're trying to tell. In boxing, all I have to do is talk about what's going on in the ring.
This guy punched this guy.
Yep.
I punched him back.
Yep. Pretty much. Like, maybe adding in different types. And I got a compliment from our favorite Suplex and Red Mexican. And he told me, he was like, I really like the way you called the boxing match. He was like, most guys just sit there and talk about what they're seeing. You added an element of flair and fun to it. And so that was cool. And if all works out, if you're watching there, Ben, November 8th, I may get my chance to call an MMA match.
Cool.
So, another song or a morbid fact tonight?
Let's do a song. And then we'll do the morbid fact. The idiots are out tonight driving. They're out all the time.
All right. So I'm going to go with the only active band on the list.
Okay. Never mind. I saw it. I was going to hide my eyes, but then I saw it, so it doesn't matter.
Wait, what did you see?
What are you playing here?
Oh, no, I'm not playing this.
Oh, well, then I'm going to hide my face again.
So
My eyeballs.
this is the only active band on our list, yet it is the oldest bunch of people on our list. So, yeah, you know what's coming there. So, ladies and gentlemen, there's sharks afoot. It's Chum. There's Blood in the Water. Ladies and gentlemen, Blood in the Water by Cursed. Live from Fresno, California at Full Circle Brewing Co. Jen didn't go to because I can't remember if you were at Iceland Kills or you just didn't go.
What day is this? July 1st? No, that was the end of that month. It's Fresno and it was July. I didn't go because it was probably 112.
It was the first 110-degree day that day. So Cursed, Blood in the Water, right here. Lunch Hour, Pirate Flag Radio.
.com.
Destruction, from your grave, the
And we're back. That was our friends Cursed with Blood in the Water right here on Pirate Flag Radio. Man, you want to talk about a band that we've been seeing for so fucking long. I booked their second show ever in May of 2002.
I remember being outside Gino's for what was probably my birthday that time. Yeah, I think it was my birthday with Roy and AC.
If Differential was on it.
Yeah, I mean, Aussie wasn't there. It wasn't Aussie. Although it sounds like something Aussie would have done. And I had to flash them to get a shirt. And I did it, but I had a bathing suit top underneath, so I didn't actually flash them. But they did give me the shirt. I still have it somewhere around. That's my memory.
Is it the Unholy
It's not
Cunt
the
shirt?
Unholy Cunt shirt.
Oh.
That's my memory from that far back. Not flashing Roy.
The first time I booked Curse, they had this kid named Jason, I want to say, playing drums. And, like, he was the kid that, like, you know, he mowed lawns for equipment and whatnot, essentially. And this kid just had the shittiest fucking kit. Like as bad as what I had in Suicide Hands type shit. And they also had the Lawn Gnome of Death, Ivan Munguia, who is, you know, about a 5'9", who could shred. Like, Cat was crazy. I was one, you know, the bald guy from hell. Eric Tedder was still in it. And they still had their original singer, Mike Cardenas. So, you know, like, they were different. And then about a year later was when you and I started seeing them regularly, and they had Marcus. And Marcus was an interesting cat. He was something else, man. Meat hooks. Like, they did the, you know, the whole scenes where they would bring up chicks and, you know, fake beat them up on stage.
Did
And
he mutilate himself on stage, or am I imagining that?
I don't remember if he actually did.
It may have just been an act. Who knows? I don't remember anymore.
Right, like he would take the meat hooks and he would, like, he scratched himself a little bit here and there.
Not like literal self-mutilation. I mean, I guess it is by
Right.
definition, but
Not like some Will o' the Wisp shit where, like,
No,
she's
no.
greater to the chest. and-
no, probably not. Not that I saw, at least. Cursed was present at the first show that we ever went to.
Yes. Did they still had Mike
They
too?
still had Mike.
So, and here they are, 23 and some change years later, still kicking. The only original member being Roy Odell Stanley.
And
Yes.
Here we are, still talking shit about Roy.
Still talking shit about Roy because fuck Roy.
It's my favorite pastime.
So, no, and we got to take Wolfie to go see Cursed, you know, a couple months ago.
We had a blast.
He had so much fun. He filmed videos of Cursed, Gentlemen of Tragedy, everything until he took up all the space on Jen's phone. And, you know, it's still great to see Roy's beautiful wife, Cher. Cher is fucking just a wonderful person. I
There's
don't
a
know.
saint.
Yeah, I don't understand why she puts up with Roy. Like, but, you know, and they even gifted Wolfie a Cursed shirt, which he almost fits now because he keeps growing.
Probably can't wear that to school, but whatever.
So either way, here's the Curse still out there, alive and kicking. You know, so all right, it's time for the part of the show where we talk about not death for once.
Oh, okay.
It's not death; it's a morbid fact.
Just as good.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as always, I present to you the Central Valley's Elvira, the scream queen of the 209. That dopey ass bitch, Eleonora von Grimace.
So this week I'm going to switch it up on you and I'm going to give you a fun morbid fact. So the serial killers just ain't serial killing no more. In the 1970s, we had roughly 300 active serial killers. In the 2010s, less than 50. And that's due to heightened forensic science. But still, even the one a few years ago in Sacramento that was strangling women and leaving them by the river, not really headline worthy. He was no Richard Trenton Chase.
So, you know why? Do you know why? Because people don't answer their door. I don't answer my fucking door. That's why there's less serial killers. Come knock on my door, try to serial kill me. I'm just gonna not answer the door.
Come and knock on your door. They've been waiting for you.
Exactly. I've been waiting to not answer the door.
Well, the killers are hers and his and mostly hers. And
Yeah. Don't come to my door. I won't fucking answer it. Don't call me. I'm not gonna answer it probably unless you're like my mom or something. And then I'm gonna think someone died. So like this is why there's less serial killerings.
I think she's got the right of it. More forensic science is the biggest reason.
Odds are pretty good you're gonna get caught.
On your first, because 3 or more with a cooling off period in between. So like the bell tower guy, he was not a serial killer. He was a mass
You're
murderer.
talking about Quasimodo.
No, not Quasimodo. I can't remember
that being in the movie.
I can't remember the Texas sniper's name, but he killed all his victims in one shot. Chris Dorner still counts as a serial killer because he was taking cops out bit by bit by bit. The Beltway sniper, so on and so forth. These were, and I mean, when you really break it down, the last real headline-worthy serial killers have been the Beltway sniper and BTK.
I forget that BTK was an actual person.
Because of the band.
Yeah, in my head, they're the band. The banner's fallen down by now, but whatever.
I mean, if you believe his songs, he would definitely be a serial killer. Or just told us that one time, just the creepy rapist. So, I don't know. I also love the fact that, of course, Ellie and I talk about serial killers and all that stuff fairly regularly, as you might imagine. And I remember asking, who's your favorite? And she was like, Richard. Well, all time is H.H. Holmes. So just because of, the way he did it with his House of Death and all that. But she's got to give it up to her local boy, Richard Trenton Chase, which we talked about the fact that Richard Trenton Chase, we talked about this last week because when you were sick and I was bored and there's nobody to hang out with, I was like, man, anybody want to have a video beer? Anybody want to call, like hang out? And, it was funny because there were a bunch of comments on my post and I didn't even realize it. And then I'm sitting here and all of a sudden my messenger phone rings off and I look at it's Ellie. Oh, hey, like, she's like, bitch, like, why don't you just call? And I'm like, I'm not going to do that. Like, And so we get to talking and of course it goes to serial killers for some reason, probably because she sent me that. And, we talk about that. Richard Trenton Chase was one of the first guys caught off hardcore forensic science, mostly because he was leaving jizz everywhere.
How stupid do you have to be? My God, like, if you're going to do some killing and there's going to be serial involved, be smart at least. Like, don't leave evidence behind. I shed too much to be a serial killer. A good one, at least. But, like, my God, use your brain. You're using everything else. Use your brain too.
Looking up a fact here. Ramble for a second.
So stupid. Now I can't because you told me to. Don't put me on the spot. Does Jack the Ripper technically count as a serial killer?
Yes.
Well, there you go. Never caught him. And now we're probably too late for that. Someday, whatever. I thought that was pretty cool, though. I don't really do serial killers. I is good. Spooky is good. Morbid is good. I don't love... I have a really weird relationship with that. Like, I don't want to watch serial killer documentaries and stuff, but, like, I'll watch someone die on the internet and be like, all right, that's cool. Like, I don't know why. I don't know where I draw the line either.
See, I'm the complete opposite. By the way, what I was looking at while I asked you to ramble was, does a vasectomy make it harder to glean a DNA sample?
Probably not.
Harder, yes, not impossible. So, well, I was wondering, would like I be a better exactly? Would I be a better serial killer because of the fact that I'm snipped?
I have a meme for
I look forward to this meme. So, but going back to your point, I'm the opposite. Like, you know, with the footage of Charlie Kirk the other day. Like, you couldn't wait to show that to me.
It was gory.
And we know I love combat sports and gore in combat sports and gore in horror movies and all that. But seeing somebody die is problematic to me. Like, I can't do it.
I do like gore. I'm okay with gore. I'm still not totally sure where I draw the line. I don't know. The internet's ruined me.
I'm not saying one's right or wrong either way. Like, you know what? Because different people have different levels of tolerance for anything. I cannot watch a rape scene in a movie. Like, at all. It disturbs the shit out of me. I don't like it. Like, I find it unnecessary. I find it too much. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, you know, when I was younger, I was a fan of I Spit on Your Grave. But as I got older, like, I couldn't do it. And then when the remake came out, like, which you know, at the time, you'd have thought I'd have been excited for 4.5 rape scenes in 30 minutes of vengeance.
The whole movie's about the vengeance. You have to figure out, you kind of have to talk about why vengeance is needed.
The first one, it was 2, maybe 5-minute rape scenes. And then about 40 minutes of vengeance. This one, I was told it was more, they leaned more on the acts of violence earlier, which I was like, wow. Like, and then he even described some of it to me, and I was just like, wow, like, nah, that's unnecessary to me. So, with that being said, I don't like videos where people die. I don't like, my dad sent me one, you know, because my dad being the big proponent of Second Amendment and whatnot. And while I am a huge proponent of it, there are times I feel he takes it to the extreme. And it was a gun battle between rival gangs in like Venezuela or something. And like they rolled up and like there was a firefight. And I just sent it, like I sent him a message back. And I was like, I don't want to watch this. Like I don't like watching people die. Like I'm not into it. You know, that being said, like, give me a serial killer documentary. You know,
It's a documentary too. It's not you're watching this guy actually kill these people. It's different. It's a reenactment. Reimaginactment.
exactly. All right. Are you ready for our final song of the evening?
Okay.
Wait, no, we've got 2.
Okay. Still.
It's not that one. All right. This one was from a band you never got to see, but you were a huge fan of the frontman. And you did like the band. So, and this was only recorded about a year ago.
Recorded?
About a year ago.
Did they like reunite?
They did a one-off.
Oh.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you were in the Gilroy, South Bay, Salinas area music scene back in the early 2000s, late 90s, you might remember a little band by the name of Local Oddity. They had a 3-guitar attack. And in my opinion, one of the best singers to ever come out of NorCal. You know, we saw him later in the War program. Matter of fact, you know, we go back to Gilroy, Gaslighter, and Rivals. I remember seeing DeVale Bloom for the first time and looking up at the stage and grabbing Matt Reed and going, hey, is that Jerry Culver from Local Oddity? And he was like, yeah, that's Jerry Culver, and I forget the other guy's name, from Local Oddity. And I was like, whoa, okay. So instantly I'm automatically a fan. Because, you know, when I first started going on powerslave.com, you know, I remember looking up Local Oddity and everybody's music was uploaded. I downloaded theirs. I loved it. And then I, you know, found him on AOL chat or Messenger or one of the, or, you know, AIM or MSN or one of those.
One of those old things that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah. I became friends with Jerry. I was just like, yo, what would it take you guys to come down and do a show in Los Banos? And he was like, not much, you know, like, you know, about $50. Like, oh my God, $50. Like back then, bands loved to get $50. And, you know,
Bitches love 50.
bitches love $50. And so I went ahead and booked these guys, and this is actually their opening song, and I have this on a VHS tape from when Rubberfinger filmed 2 songs from Everybody. Madam J, welcome. Rob Romero showing up in the chat. So anyway, I'm not sure when this was. I'm not even sure what venue this is at. But I found this a while back when me and Vanek did a Raiding the Vault. So ladies and gentlemen, I present to you for your viewing pleasure, The Art of Being Invisible by Local Oddity. Bear with us, there's a little bit of banter at the beginning. But you're listening to it here on the Lunch Hour, Pirate Flag Radio. Thank you for hanging out with us on this episode. Because it's not of interest to everybody, and we're not plugging anybody new, but hey, hope you're having a good time, because I am.
They've been playing with us for like 3 days. So, we thank them so much. Among the first is the band, Alan, Nick Taylor. We couldn't thank them enough, because we couldn't have done the show without them. Yeah. I'm not going to name that song, so I won't remember. Let's go! We never recorded this song. It's called The Art of Being Invisible. Yes. Invisible. Words.
Can I give a shout out? Thanks. Okay, I do this one. All right, before we
Basically blew it.
Yeah, I just want to give a big thanks to everyone who showed up. This means a lot to me, a lot to everybody. We got one of the old school guys in the crowd tonight, John Sespinosa. I started playing drums with this guy, I think I was like 14 or 15. So the fact that he's here tonight and had to celebrate this with us. Bobby, we thank everybody for coming out. Cindy, thank you guys so much.
I would start thinking people that I'll fuck it up.
That's not a person.
That's not a man. We're in a
What?
And we're back on the lunch hour. That was Local Oddity with the art of being invisible. Fuck me, man. Like that really takes me back 24 years ago. I want to say it was August 4th, 2001. I was fresh out of high school. I won't even call that my first show because it wasn't mine. It was me and Marcus. And he had asked for my help in booking bands and whatnot. And I got them Rubberfinger Infestation and Sunny D. Well, I mean, we both got Sunny D. But those guys were kind of the surprise because, you know, back then you didn't have social media. We only had Power Slave. And nobody knew these guys. Nobody was familiar. And I remember booking them and just being so floored by how good they were live. You know, I have their CD. As a matter of fact, I can't remember if I ordered it or if I bought one that day. But I think I bought it that day because I had a couple tracks downloaded. And they said in that video they never recorded that song. And the only places it exists are in live videos, one of which I have a VHS of somewhere. And that. I feel fucking 18 right now.
I've gone silent. Somehow.
I was going to say, it's a group show here.
I was not there. I'm sorry. I wish we still had the War Program. Or technically it was the Veil Bloom
No.
demo.
Oh.
Because it was only like 3 songs.
But the album was called The War Program. Because they drew a little tank on it.
I don't remember that.
It had a little tank on it. Because it was the Veil Bloom, but the album was called The War Program. And then that's why they changed it to The War Program. But I mean, it's cool to see Jerry Culver up there doing his thing. You know, he had it pretty rough. You know, lost his dad at an early age. Saw it happen, you know, and I now sadly being able to sympathize. You know, I understand why, you know, watching a parent pass in front of you fucks you up. And, you know, he had a lot of issues and he let it out on stage and you saw it. But to see, you know, it's weird. When you're younger, you talk about that pain and that angst and all that shit. Man, I take that shit out on stage and whatnot. Now, like in my advanced age, like there's none of that. Like I even remember in my early 30s, like I used to talk about how in Brutal Innocence, I used to like to get a little pissed off. Just a little pissed off before I got on stage. Because for whatever reason, I felt like it fueled me a little bit. Now, it's more like all I can do as I'm ramping up to get on stage is get as happy as I can.
Get excited.
Get excited. Have some fucking fun. Oh, now you can say hi to Madam J. Madam, thank you as always for joining us. So, still waiting for y'all to come on down and take some pictures with Lance.
Lance waits patiently.
Oh, September 27th, we have a date up in the hills with that coffin.
Okay.
I was supposed to check in with you earlier this week, and I forgot to.
I was not very conscious. Well, that's not true. Earlier this week. Whatever.
So, wow. You know, I hope you guys have enjoyed this special live footage edition of the Lunch Hour. Special edition. Special. Super special. It's been a good time, man. Like kind of taking you guys back through me and Jen's early relationship and fuck even before. And this next video, I'm going to take it back even further. Like, this is going to go back to before you and I even met. So, this was from my first show. The first time I knuckled up and said, I'm going to do this. Like, I don't need a partner. I don't need anybody helping me out outside of, you know, the general help you get from your staff, which, you know, JBD, Tom, Trevor Inmar, Chad, run security for me. Outside of, booking one of the bands to run sound for me. We went up against the fucking Winter Ball. So I'm gonna go Golden Girls on you here for a second. Picture this. Los Banos, California, 2001. December 15th to be precise. I had booked this little building that's used to be about 1.5 miles that way. If you're looking through a flip screen, it would be the opposite way. And it was at a baseball field. And it was this little building called the Dome, where there was a ramp leading up and this little party room that held 65 people. And on this night, we tripled that. We had almost 200 people stuffed in this room, no stage, just raw aggression. Like I said, we went up against the Winter Ball. And once I realized we were going up against the Winter Ball, I freaked the fuck out, man. Like, what am I doing booking against the Winter Ball? Nobody's going to come to this. I have never been so happy to be so wrong in my life. Almost 200 people showed up to this night where we had 5 of the best bands we could work. This was pure magic and was the start of me being a promoter, the start of me booking things and throwing events and being your host. And you get to see a little bit of that, and you get to make fun of how fucking dopey I look as a fucking 18-year-old, barely 18 years old by less than 3 weeks. And you're over there nodding there, sweetheart.
Uh-huh.
Let's just remember, you said yes to that 18-year-old.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll come back and say our goodbyes. But I would love for y'all to come back to when I was just a little lad. And you're hardly going to, if you're watching out there on YouTube and Facebook, you're hardly going to see any of the band, but you're going to see one of the best pits of your life. Ladies and gentlemen, December 15th, 2001, may I present to you Rubberfinger. This is Restraint, right here on the Lunch Hour, Pirate Flag Radio.
.com. Still waiting for my Rubberfinger reunion. So you know.
We got some wrestling while we. I want you.
Wow. Just wow, man. Like, for those of y'all who have been along on this ride that is, you know, the life of Lunchbox, you know, and, you know, me and Jen's marriage, which that was, I didn't even know Jen at that point. Like, we hadn't even met.
That was, you know, probably 4 months.
We met April 26th, 2002.
Oh, okay. So it was longer than that.
So about 4 months in a week. 5 months in a week, whatever. And to see that, you know, to look back and realize that, yeah, I had hair and, you know, I had hair and I didn't even have a fucking jawline at that point. Like, I was just all fat. Like, I was baby fat all the way up until I was like 28. Stop nodding.
No.
You know, and the Havoc hat, and that was the original Havoc hat.
What happened? I would pay money to find out what happened to that fucking hat.
The second one, not a clue.
It just fucking disappeared.
That would be the second one. That would be the second Havoc hat. Havoc was my backyard wrestling personality, and I went by that in chat rooms and whatnot. And I tried to make that my nickname, and it only Napalm Louie.
He's the only person that calls you that.
Donnie.
Well,
And anybody associated with Stick Murder. That was the second one because the original one is in St. Louis, or I'm sorry, Peoria, Illinois. It's in a bin. Matter of fact, I'm gonna make Shannon dig that out and shoot me a picture. Just prove she still has it. But and my Carnival of Carnage jersey that is in the bin in there. Like to go back to that, you know, when it all started for me as a promoter, you know, as that guy hosting shows and putting on shows and doing what I do and making people, you know, bringing people together through entertainment. It's insane to realize that was 25 fucking years ago.
you're old.
24 fucking years ago.
I mean, you're old.
You're older than me, so what's that make you?
I'm 29.
I forgot. My apologies.
Thank you. Jeez.
So, like, that was great to walk down memory lane, and I still talk to most of those guys on a fairly regular basis. So, like, you know, to everybody who we played tonight, to everybody who you know, played a part in this life I've had, this life we've had together, you know, me and Jen, and everybody hanging out with us, listening on Pirate Flag Radio. You know, sorry about the audio suckiness, like, but we were taking live footage from, most of it was from who knows when people were still using camcorders.
Camcorders at best. Camcorders.
A couple video phones in there. You know, Local Oddity and Curse and whatnot.
Oh, yeah. Well, Local Oddity was more recent.
So God, now I wonder about that Rival show. Like, what was that filmed on? But, you know, thank y'all for riding with us. And, you know, we'll probably be back to a little more the usual, playing some newer stuff. I already probably downloaded next week where we'll probably do a favorites. Maybe, you know, I'll let Jen pick a couple because I already got a couple.
Mm-hmm.
So either way, this has been episode number whatever the fuck.
Just start making up numbers.
Yeah, I know, right? 362.
Sounds fine.
Of the Lunch Hour, right here on PirateFlagRadio.com. You can check us out every Saturday night at, I think it's 11 p.m. Eastern Seaboard time, which would be 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time if you're over in our time zone. If you're over there in Bristol, Virginia, Johnson, Tennessee, or, you know, some other
Johnsonville with their brats.
Yep. You can check us out there. Listen to all the great content we got on Pirate Flag Radio. We got Transmission in Exile with Moose Train, Rick Roberts, Sounds from the Underground with our fearless leader, Mike Vanek. Fuzzkill with the one and only Carrie C. Allen. And so much more, man. You want it, Pirate Flag Radio's got it, man. We are an underground, nonprofit radio station. Go to pirateflagradio.com. You can donate there. You can buy our merchandise from TeePublic. You can get coffee mugs, beach towels, T-shirts, you name it. We'll print it for you. And fuck, man, keep coming back. We promise to entertain you every chance we get. So you got anything to add, sweetheart?
No, I'm sleepy.
So Jen's sleepy. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us. And fuck, man, we'll see y'all next time. And until next time, take care of yourselves and each other.